Welcome everyone. This tarot reading is for all of the air signs, that is people who have their sun sign in the air element. That's Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians. If that is not you, but you've found your way here and want to watch it, that's okay. Perhaps your natal moon or ascendant is in one of those signs, and your guides or intuition or higher self, whatever you want to call it, has brought you here because there's some information in here for you as well. You're welcome to stay. Like I was saying, the focus and intent of this reading is for Geminis, Aquarians, and Libras for the summer 2015. So this is going to be a pretty generalized reading for a lot of people here. We have 4 categories, and it's going to be an 8-card spread. Categories are earth, air, fire, and water. Earth is going to be the material realm, and it will be about money and finances, material abundance, your home, your house, your vehicle, any material possessions that you have. Air is going to be about your mental realm, your thoughts, self-talk, your communication with others, writing. So if your work has to do with one of these other elements, if it's, if you are a writer, that's your occupation, then when we do air, that's going to reflect and be about your occupation. Water is going to be your emotional health and your emotional well-being. So it's going to deal with your relationships to an extent, as will air with communicating, because water dealing with the emotions, it's going to deal with relationships to an extent, because emotions are very much involved in relationships, romantic and otherwise. So it will deal with feelings, yours and other people's. Fire is your actions, your behaviors, also your passion and your inspiration, your drive, what motivates you. Okay, so again, I'm going to do something a little bit funny here with cards, so pay attention, okay? I'm going to go Earth, and we've got the Thunderbolt, which is a major arcana card, as well as the Star, another major arcana card, and its word is Revelation. Alright, and Air, we have New Vision, major arcana, coupled with the Queen of Swords, Subversion. Fire. Wow, the major arcana cards are all over your spread. Alright, this is the 8 of major arcana. Oh no, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 of major arcana. Transformation. And that is coupled with the Magician. Encapsulation. Alright, and water. Participation, 4 of fire or wands. And Chariot, conclusion. The fire also has a little to do with your intuition. But I tend to think of intuition more in the water realm, which also has to do with the psyche. So I'm going to get really confusing now and move your cards around and reiterate these 4 categories. So right now we have earth, air, fire, water. But I'm going to put them in order so that they lead up to air when I read them. And I'm going to read them from this direction to this direction. So, earth, air. It's going to come over here. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Okay. So now we have earth, fire, water, and air. Alright, so we have earth, fire, water, and air. Okay, so I'm seeing some sort of change in your material world, in the earthly plane. The Thunderbolt card is a card that it represents change that's going to occur, and it may feel turbulent, but the best thing to do is kind of to just accept it and try not to struggle too hard or demand control and getting your own way, because it's going to happen anyway, and the way to cause the least suffering and heartache on yourself is to just accept it and kind of lay low, let it pass, because it will pass. It's not a permanent situation, but it's when energies accumulate to a certain level, there's this combustion of thunder that's going to occur, and once the storm is over, there's the clear, fresh air, the quiet after the storm, so to speak. I guess they usually say the quiet before the storm, but there's a quiet freshness after the storm as well. So change, and so this card really backs that up, suggesting meditation and finding things that bring you inner peace and tranquility. So what I would say, what in your life right now on a material plane is causing you more struggle than it's worth, and can you let that go? What kind of things, if you're going to buy things, what kind of things can you buy that will make your life more peaceful, more serene, bring you more serenity, help you relax more? This could be, it doesn't have to be, it could be meditation CDs, for example, but it doesn't have to be that tangible. It could be like a certificate to get a massage or something of that nature. Using your money in ways that are wise and that support your health and your relaxation, and helping you to minimize the chaos and busyness in your life, to really simplify as well. How can you simplify? Like I said, getting rid of anything that's excess, that's really more of a bother than it's worth. Perhaps, if you have a car that's really expensive, the payments are just too much, and it's causing you a lot of stress to try to pay for this, and it's not really worth it to you. That's something to look into. Can you change it? But as far as things happening unprovoked, this could be like your car getting repossessed because you just couldn't make the payments any longer, or this could be like landlord situations, or it could be you thought you were going to get a raise and now you're not. All of these sorts of things. It really looks like coming back into yourself, trying to relax, finding ways to be at peace, meditation, simplifying and just allowing is really what's needed here. It doesn't mean that you can't, that whatever's going on, you just have to allow it and not do anything about it. But it is suggesting that if you're trying something and you're coming up against a lot of opposition, and it's like a fight, a struggle, the cards suggest that you're really not going to win that way, that you're better off just take care of yourself. What can you do? It's also about your physical body. So what can you do to take care of yourself, your health, and come at the situation from a place of calm and peace, and work with others, perhaps, rather than just button heads. Okay, so the next one was fire, which is your intuition and your passions, your drive, your motivation, and the actions you take, behaviors. So it's also going to be patterns of behaviors, habits and things. We have the Magician card and the Transformation card. So again, it's speaking of change. The Magician card is, it's a card that talks of your power. It talks about your ability to, one up keeps popping in my head, one up another person, or to be more successful than others in certain areas. The Magician card, if you think of alchemy, turning one thing into another, bringing the best out, the potential out of things. Now, because you have these abilities that some others might not have, there is a possibility to abuse this power and to be manipulative and to use your skills and abilities to win at any cost. And there's definitely a warning against doing that, okay? If you have habits that are, if that's ringing a bell, you have manipulative habits in your behaviors and things you're doing. It's a good time to take a look at that, because it looks like, it's up for change. It's up for revising, and you can participate in revising this and go along willingly and have some say in it and the situation, how everything goes. Or if you continue on with it, then the universe is going to interfere and change it anyway, and you may not like it. You might not like how the universe chooses to get you to stop doing these things. So I'd say this is really about looking at your behaviors and your patterns and asking yourself if any of them are hurting people. Are they hurting anyone that you're close to, your family, your friends, your coworkers, and how, and why? Why do you feel it necessary to do things this way? How can you change it so you're not taking advantage of other people, so you're coming from a place of more integrity, and really using your skills and abilities, yes, to benefit yourself and to take care of yourself and to get what you need and what you enjoy, sure, but also to include others, so it's a win-win situation, so you're not stepping on others to get ahead, because you don't need to do that, and karmatically it's not in your best interest anyway. So how can you evolve those patterns and habits? Also, with your passion and your motivation, if you are having trouble getting motivated, and also, on the other spectrum of that, if you're overly motivated and you're burning yourself out, you're feeling wired, it looks like that is up for changing too. So it would be a good time to look at what is good in this area, what is working well, what behaviors and actions do you have that are healthy, helping you out, and which ones are not. Also, what about your passions? Are your passions and your desires and things that motivate you healthy or unhealthy? Are you motivated by fear or by love? I think that's a really good one to take a look at. If you're motivated by fear or if you're motivated by love, and to try to arrange it so it's more empowering, because this really looks like a card this looks like an issue of you taking actions or being motivated by things that really aren't healthy for you, that kind of, it's fear and manipulation and stepping on others in some way to get what you want. And you don't need to do that. It's not ultimately benefiting you. It's time for a change. You have a lot of skills and abilities. You're right about that. Your actions, you're probably doing a lot of things that are good, that are helpful, maybe work, or applying your skills and so forth. But there's it's just that little thing of, well, what is at the root of this, and what are you allowing to take place that's kind of lazy or sleazy on your part, really. It's just time to evolve it. Now, if this doesn't sound like you at all, after you really think on it, meditate a little bit, if this just does not seem like you at all, this could be someone else doing these sorts of things to you. And if that's the case, just know that it will change. that there's learning going on, both on your end and on their end. You don't have to put up with it. You have, many abilities, and you're very capable of figuring it out and getting through it. It looks like, as far as emotions are concerned, this is also the psychic realm. Again, there is some change going on here. It's this is the conclusion card in the Chariot, which is the 6 of Cups. Okay, so that's right over the halfway hump of the 5. It's into the higher numbers. So that's a new beginning. It's a conclusion to something, new beginning. This could be the ending of a relationship, and the beginning of a new one with yourself, with your community, with others. The not precipitation card, but participation card. Excuse me. Of course, it may not be that. It may be not only romantic, it could be anything. It could be a friendship that's not working out. It could be that, you found out somebody was being kind of manipulative to you, and you decided you need to walk away from that. It looks like if you have been holding back your feelings, it's time to stop doing that. It's time to open up more and share more of your feelings, of your emotions, your ponderings, and not hoard them to yourself, but to open up and work with others. If you are having a really hard time emotionally or mentally, this could be an indication that you need to get some help from any number of places, a therapist or a group, some sort of support group. Could just be about starting to tell people how you feel, tell people you appreciate them, tell people you love them, tell people you're upset with them, or their actions are making you sad, and so on. It also tells of being able to co-create with others, but only if you open up and express your truth honestly, not just what you think in your head or what you see as fact, but on a material realm, what you see, the truth of what's happening or what you did, but also your emotional truth, where you stand emotionally with people, and finding a way to feel empowered and strong in doing that, rather than uncomfortable. It may be uncomfortable at first, but finding a way to, I think maybe that will come naturally for a lot of you. You're realizing that you feel empowered once you do this. Definitely about coming together. There may be, like I said, new romantic relationships and things coming into the foreground. If you deal with, if this is your work sector, if you deal with emotions, like if you are a therapist or some sort of counselor, also if you're an artist or a psychic. This is what I see is you interacting with others in the field. Ask yourself about collaborating. It's not going to be collaboration for everybody on a business thing. Just because your field's in there, it doesn't mean that you're going to go embark on a big project with somebody else, that's the thing to do necessarily. It could just be about getting a question answered or being available to answer others' questions. But definitely participating somehow with others in that field, or however you know it clicks in your head that you maybe should be including others and participating in activities or groups, events, that kind of thing with others. All right, and so that brings us to the air, which is your mental world and communications. And again, new vision, more newness, more freshness, new phase. This is about looking at things differently a little bit. We have the Queen of Swords, which is the air suit and subversion. And then we have new vision. So both very powerful air cards in your air sector. This is a card of evolving again. So wherever you are right now, with writing, with, if this is your work, if communications are your work in any way, from telemarketing to blog writing to being an author, writing books, or writing for a magazine, or being a therapist, again, talking. This is, what I see with this is, what are you dreaming of? What is your ideal? What is it that you want? And how are you really envisioning enough to satisfy you? Or are you just thinking, what is going to make me suffer a little less, and going for that? This is about dreaming big and about allowing evolution, about growth. Growth pains sometimes, but the growth pains turn into strength. Like when you exercise your body, you're pushing your body, and you feel that burn and it's uncomfortable, but when you're done, you get stronger muscles. It's about becoming stronger. If this is your work, then it could be, taking classes that are challenging, or pushing out of your comfort zone in some way that's challenging, but on the other end of it, it's very rewarding. This could also very well apply for hobbies, or just things you do to take care of yourself, like journaling, and self-talk, the way you talk to yourself. If you consciously work on that, you might be at a place where it's a little bit uncomfortable, or you're pushing through to a new layer. If neither of those things apply, or even so, if they do, communications is a big thing, right? Most of us don't go days without talking to anybody on a regular basis. We talk to people constantly. So it's about It's also about reflecting a little bit on what has been going on, what's going on currently, and where you want to take it in the future. Being air signs, you very well may have an advantage over the rest of us when it comes to using your words, when it comes to intellect and analyzing things, the way you communicate. And there's a message in here, like, don't be mean. Don't be mean just because you can. Don't, make fun of people because they're not pronouncing words correctly, or put people down and think that they're less intelligent than you. And just don't be mean and nitpicky towards those who are not as developed intellectually as you. It's apt to just be that their strengths are elsewhere. They may be more artistic than you, or better athletes than you, or whatever. It doesn't mean that you're better than them because you excel in this area over them, and it's clear that you're a more eloquent speaker. There you go, nice demonstration, right? You're a more eloquent speaker or anything like that, or a better writer. It doesn't mean that you're better than them, just because you may be better at that area of life. So don't look down on people for that, and don't be mean. If you do, you're going to be pushing away some opportunities, probably. And their strengths may be your weaknesses, and it might balance things out. It might be in your best interest to work with them, because your weaknesses may be their strengths. They may be able to help you with things that you're not so good at. So just watch that. Try not to be sharp and nasty to people. Looking at the whole spread together, putting it together, if you're doing that, it's pretty likely that you're doing that from a place of being really stressed out, or imbalanced. And like I was saying over here with the earth area, to take care of your health and find ways to relax. So, relax, find ways to de-stress and relax. It looks like you're going through a bunch of change this summer, and there's going to be new opportunities. There's some evolution within yourself that's being asked of you, to evolve and mature in a few ways in your behaviors, to make sure you're considering other people and not trying to step on people to get ahead. Look for alternatives, look for win-wins. You'll be respecting yourself more if you respect others more. And understand that the differences are benefits to you. For everybody, their differences can be benefits for you. Your differences from them can be benefits to them. So look at ways to make win-win situations. Participate with people more in a heartfelt way, speaking from your heart, sharing your emotions. And if that's out of your comfort zone, there's a lot of transformation going on, and it's okay. Hopefully you can have some fun with it this summer too. It does look like, for most of you at least, it's all for the best. The changes are all for the best. It's going to bring about results that you'll like and enjoy. I really see some potential for great romance as long as you're able and willing to open up your heart and start expressing yourself more. And, you know, keep an eye on this manipulative stuff and this, like, I'm looking for a synonym for mean, but this sharp stuff, verbally sharp words, and using words in a way to belittle others or to appear superior, feel superior. Try to find your strength from somewhere else, from a healthier place, from going within, meditating. That's really good for your brain's health as well. And you know, if you are somebody who's really a very predominant air sign, very much in their head, and about that, meditation would definitely be very good for you. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. Sorry, ladies. Thank you, guys, ladies. Please leave comments if you'd like to. And thanks for letting me read your cards.